Good day, children. Sai Ram. Welcome back to our science class. So, as you all know that this is the revision week and already we have completed a lesson, that is food, chapter number 1, and we are going to do the revision of the next lesson, chapter 6, how plants make food. So, let's begin with the lesson. Now, okay. So you can imagine we are going to do the revision of this lesson. So we are going to revise the whole lesson and we'll just have a quick revision of some answer the following also. So what can you see on the screen? A place where there are no plants at all. So if we are living in that place, then what would we eat? Fruits, vegetables and rice. But all of these come from plants, right? So we don't have plant here. And what about meat and eggs? And we can't see the animals also here. They come from animals. But and what do the animals eat to live? So there are no plants there. And if goats and hens did not have grass and grains, so what would they eat? So what do you think will happen if there were no plants? So there will be no living things only in the world. So from this lesson, we will know that the plants are the primary producers of all living things on earth. And we can also learn that the photosynthesis, the process of photosynthesis and the roles of chlorophyll in it, and how plants and animals depend on each other. Now let us see why are leaves green. Um, why are leaves green? So have you seen the garden? So when you go to a garden, just look around. So most plants that you see are green in color. So they look green because of their green leaves. So what do you think that why do you think the leaves are green and how the leaves become green in color? And so do you have any idea of that? So already we have learned this lesson, so you must be knowing the answer. So yes, leaves look green because of some green substances present in the leaves. So those substances are called as chlorophyll. So in the leaves, we have some pigments or substance that is present on the leaves is called chlorophyll. It is called chlorophyll. So what is chlorophyll? The green substance present in the leaves are called as chlorophyll. Now, so the leaves have a green substance called chlorophyll that gives them the green color. So did you know that non green living things such as mushroom, they cannot make their own food. So this is because chlorophyll is necessary for the plants to make food. Chlorophyll is very necessary for the plants to make food. Now let us learn how do plants make food. So as your mother cooks in the kitchen, so she wants to prepare some food. So what is needed? So heat energy is needed. So we need the gas stove. So we burn the fire, and that from that fire comes the heat energy. Then we need water also. So same way plants also need heat energy and water and soil, all that. So let us see how do plants make food now. So plants make food by the process of photosynthesis. So the process by which plants make food is called photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means putting together. So these leaves, can you see the leaves here? They use water. They use water from the soil. and carbon dioxide from the air. And sunlight, they use water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight to make food, right? So now from water, water is needed to make food, right? Water is needed to make food, that is taken up from the soil. So when we pour the water, the root and the soil absorbs the water, and this water is taken up from the soil by the roots, then slowly it goes up to the stem and the leaves. So when you carefully look at the leaves, there are veins. There are lot of veins present in the leaves. They are like small tubes. So all over the leaves you can see the lines. So these are tubes that take water to all parts of the leaf. So they are called as veins in a leaf, right? So this is the midrib, this is the side vines, and this is the leaf blade. So they all passes, the water passes through these veins. Now let's see about the carbon dioxide. Now on the underside of the leaves, on the underside, that is, if then the leaves are, that is the underside of the leaves, there are very small openings called the stomata. So this is the underside of the leaves. There are very small openings, that is called the stomata. The openings are so small that we will not be able to see them. So the air enters the leaves through these openings. So from these openings, the air enters through these small openings. Then leaves take in carbon dioxide from the air to make food. Next is sunlight. Then this sunlight provides. What do the sunlight do? They provide the energy needed to make food. So part of the sunlight, when the sunlight falls on the leaf, then the leaf, it is trapped by the chlorophyll. The heat energy is trapped by the chlorophyll. So using this energy, sunlight, so using the energy of the sunlight, leaves, so what do the leaves do? Leaves change water and carbon dioxide into a kind of sugar called, yes, into a kind of sugar, which is the food of the plant. So that is called the food of the plant. The food is then taken to all parts of the plant through the veins. The food is taken to all parts of the plants through the veins, and the stem to all parts of the plants. So a part of the food is changed into other substances that is used by the plants. So for other purpose, plants use that the stored food, the remaining food they use for the growth of the plant, for making flowers, fruits and seeds, and for repairing some damages. And the rest is changed into a substance called starch. And those starch is stored in the fruits, seeds, leaves, roots and stems. So when we eat that food from plants, we actually get sugar, starch and other substances that the plants make for themselves. Now let us see plants and animals. How do plants and animals depend on each other? So how do plants and animals depend on each other? So living things, human, whatever the living things. So we use oxygen from the air to breathe. So carbon dioxide is given out by the carbon dioxide is given out when we breathe. So when we breathe, carbon dioxide is given out, and we during photosynthesis, and what happens, this During photosynthesis, leaves take in this carbon dioxide. So man, when he is breathing, he leaves the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants. So during photosynthesis, leaves take in carbon dioxide. So when we breathe out, the carbon dioxide get mixed with the air. And during the photosynthesis, the plants absorb the carbon dioxide from the air, and it gives out oxygen. That is why they say grow lot of plants, so that we get fresh air. So when we are breathing, carbon dioxide we give out. And what these plants do, they take in the carbon dioxide and they give out the oxygen and make the air fresh. So this shows that animals depends on plants for oxygen, and plants depend on animals for carbon dioxide. So plants depend on animals for carbon dioxide, and animals depend on plants for oxygen. Okay, now next we'll see, already we'll have learned about the food chain. So herbivores eat plants. Herbivores, the animals, the group of animals which are called herbivores animals, they eat plants. And carnivores eat the herbivores. And omnivores, they eat both plants and animals. So all animals, their food depend on plants for food. So in nature, a balance is maintained between the number of plants. So in nature, the balance is maintained between the number of plants and animals, because there is the plants get enough carbon dioxide to make food, and animals get enough oxygen from the plants. So the balance in nature will be disturbed if the number of plants or animals increases or decreases. So we should protect nature to make sure that the balance is not disturbed. Now this is the end of the lesson, children. Now there are some important questions, and you must have got the notes also, so you can revise from that also. So if you are thorough with the lesson, you can answer any type of questions. And for each questions, the options will be given, 4 options will be given, and you must just click the right answer. So why is sunlight important for a plant to make food? So sunlight provides the plant with the energy needed, that is heat energy needed to make food. And how do green plants differ from non-green plants? So green plants contains chlorophyll, whereas non-green plants do not contain chlorophyll. And what is food chain? Food chain is a system where small animals is the food for a larger animals, which in turn is the food for the even larger animals. So example is a fly is eaten by a frog, and the frog is eaten by the larger animal. And why are leaves called the food factories of plants? Leaves prepare food in presence of sunlight by the process called photosynthesis. So in this process, food produced by utilizing water, carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight. So therefore, leaves are called food factories of the plants. So the rest of the questions are already given in the PDF form for your notes. So just go through the lesson 10 times so that you will understand what's the lesson about, and you can easily answer the questions. And thank you, children. See you in the next video with the next lesson. Bye bye.